Hi you all, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for being here and watching, for those new and those returning. Today I have for you guys a candied salmon, and so we're gonna get right into it here. We start with getting our sugar. Yes, it's sugar. It is not a diet food here. We get our sugar, salt and pepper, garlic, and other spices here, which will be down in the description below. We get that mixed in here. So a part of what makes this candied is basically creating a caramel. And instead of just caramel, or caramel, whichever way you want to pronounce it, it is a sugar crusted salmon. Again, with spices, and it's a different taste than just sweet. It's kind of sweet and savory. And we're gonna get that mixed very well, as you see here, making sure we fully mix the spices because we're dipping the salmon directly into it here, where we need to have all the spices evenly coated. So we have to have it very well mixed and distributed. And so I am doing this on a skin-on salmon and a skinless salmon. It's either preference. This recipe works great for both, so I'm giving both options to see how it looks. So that first piece, I dipped both the flesh and skin side down, and I'm doing the same, tossing it, making sure it's well coated for the skinless salmon. I was making this recipe for me and my sister. My sister hates the skin on the salmon. Me, I love it. It's like candied piece of meat for me, so I love the skin. So anyway, we get a pan with some olive oil on medium heat, flesh side down first, and you put that directly into the pan with olive oil. And you want your pan to be hot but not too hot, because you don't want to let your heat get too hot so it will burn the sugars. So this is a very close dish that you have to watch, because you are cooking with sugars, which will caramelize, and sugar and heat will burn. So you have to create a sauce, basically like a caramel sauce here. So this is what it looks like. When it starts to cook, it creates that beautiful candy crust. This is why it's called a caramelized salmon. But that caramel, the sugar with that pot and that heat will begin to sizzle, and it will burn. So when you see that it gets to that point where it's almost burning, you add water to the skillet. So if you see here, you let that kind of come up where the water mixes with that sugar, and that's actually how you make caramel. So this is going to break down those sugars and loosen them up to where it's literally going to create a caramel sauce for us. And we will be basting our fish to fully get that caramelization going on that fish, and which is our flavors. Again, that's the caramel that's spiced with our pepper and garlic and onion powder and so forth and so on. So just as you would baste any food with like butter, you're basting this caramel sauce over your fish, which helps continue to cook these top side of the fish and through it, as well as giving it the flavor as well that you want for your fish and the beautiful color. And that's simply it. Once it's finished cooking, I served it with some garlic and asparagus and some rice, and it was absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite fish recipes that I've been gatekeeping for years, and now here it is with you all. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe.